Service dog was kind of a unique beginning. My husband and I had been teachers here in Sonoma County, and then we left and taught in Australia and taught in Turkey and took a camping tour across Asia and Europe, which was pretty rough at that time. One of the things I had a really strong, vibrant memory about was of the people with disabilities who were just kind of leaning on donkeys or burros with the pots and pans loaded on the burro, then going and sitting on some little dirt street corner in Nepal selling their wares. They're doing something for themselves, and I just felt that was so much better than institutionalization. But I also started thinking about what could happen, what could be done to help people with disabilities. And I'm thinking, well, the sanitation department here in Sonoma County are not going to let donkeys and burros walk down the streets of town. And I went, dogs. And I didn't have any experience training dogs. So, I mean, I was assuming, I would just try to light the fire and get someone else to do it. And when I couldn't find anybody to do it, I started to look around for someone who was disabled, who was willing to work with me and make this happen. And I found a young woman by the name of Carrie Knaus, who was 19. She was working for CRI. Actually, she was the receptionist. She answered the phone, and when I was saying I have this idea, she said, I'll do it. And we started. And the first dog that we trained was Abdul, the dog that she had for, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 years. It was a Lab Golden Cross, and it's now a worldwide concept. The umbrella term is actually assistance dogs, and there are several different assistance dogs. There's guide, which of course we all know about. There's hearing dogs, which came into being about the same time that the service dog did. There's social therapy dogs, or, depending on, there's different terminologies for it, but basically the social dog makes people happy, and the therapy dog works in some kind of therapeutic way with whomever is in need. I created the Institute so that it would be a college that would teach people to start their own programs or to go to work for a program and, basically get more dogs out. The college students train and place the dogs as part of their kind of student teaching experience. And so it appears to be a production facility, but in fact it's a college. It gives an associate science degree and a master's degree. Well, actually, the puppy petting program is for the dogs. What we do is have puppy petters, and they're wonderful. We have just great volunteers here in Sonoma County who come in, and it's the day the puppies are born. We're not talking about it later. We're talking about right from the day they're born. People come in and pick up that puppy, and they pet their heads, and they pet their bodies, and they just touch them all over. Well, we also have the at-risk teens that we work with come in and do it as well. So they learn critical parenting skills.
He learned, because I've been working on Speak with him, and he finally got it, and so he spoke on Monday. Yeah, on Monday he spoke, and so I was really happy. And so now he knows Speak. He should be graduating, so that's good.
No one has ever trained dogs at 3.5 to 4 weeks of age before we started. And I think, and certainly all of our college graduates now are going on to do that because they're little learning machines. That's what they are. I mean, they're at that point when they're beginning to notice the world, everything is new, everything is fresh, and everything you teach them seems to them to be the norm. And we continue training until they are really sound in all of their technique, all of their skills, which is about 4 or 5, maybe 6 months of age, and then they're placed out in a home. They usually stay with their families for about a year. We even teach them to read words, commands like sit or down or turn. I mean, we're not talking about the dictionary by any stretch of the imagination, but the dog will actually be shown the word turn, and they'll turn in a circle. Every service dog, every dog that works, guide dog, service dog, hearing dog, that works with someone with a disability is spayed or neutered. The dog has to be an unobtrusive helpmate. The dog cannot be a highly energized, out there dog that the person is spending all their time and effort trying to keep in line. The Assistance Dog Institute is actually a university, and it's graduated over about 230 people now, many of whom are in programs all around the United States and Europe. Many of them are in Europe and Asia, for that matter, either working in or running their own program. So it's been pretty exciting.